All right. Good afternoon to all. I am Praveen Sharma. Welcome you all on behalf of lawyerclubindia.com. Today we have Miss Kelly and Miss Kanan with us for the discussion on legal education and instrument of social change. Kanan is a law graduate from the London School of Economics who has masters in public administration. Kanan is also part of Prime Ministerial Advisory Body and WHO, and she has a visiting scholar at Stanford University and an external consultant to McKinsey and Company. Her sister Kelly is a law graduate from NLU Gujarat and has done her master's and MPhil in legal philosophy from Oxford University. She went on to teach at Oxford University and worked on research projects with the World Bank and Harvard School of Public Health. They both have founded Research Foundation for Governance (RFG), dedicatedly working on legal reforms in the country. They are currently working on the project called Law Toons, which is a comic based on primary legal education for children. Hi Kanan, hi Kelly. I welcome you on both on behalf of lawyerclubindia.com.
Thanks, Praveen. Wonderful to be here.
Hi, hi. So as as you can see that we are live now, and I am waiting for our members to post queries. Before we start the discussion, we can start. You get a bit introduction about the topic. So as the topic again, I'll repeat, it's the legal education reform to social change. So you guys can start and can share your views with our audience.
So basically, being a lawyer and being exposed to the legal system, I've realized that most people are unaware about their rights and most people do not know how the system works.
Hmm.
Um, and as an organization, we started deliberating as to what would be the good way to bridge this awareness gap. Um, it's not that the information is not available. I mean, we all study civics in the schools, and we are aware about, we are trying to be made aware about our rights and the basic legal system there. But it's just that the entire subject is perceived as very boring and very dull. We don't like, I don't know, the teachers don't try to make it interesting for us. So we realize that, if we can try to talk to young kids about what they already study in civics through an interactive and fun way, then it might be interesting. So we started going to a lot of schools and started visiting and taking classes between children of age 10 to 14, and we realized that they immensely enjoyed these discussions. We just tried to make it, we tried to give them games and fun kind of facts to play around with, and they really enjoyed it. What started happening was that when we went to one school, the teachers liked the concept so much that they wanted us to replicate the same idea in all the divisions and in all the standards. And that's when we realized that as a young, voluntary organization, we could not reach to a lot of children at the same time. So what would be a good way to reach out to a much wider audience? So we tried making a compendium about these rights and laws, but then we were replicating the civics textbook once again. Yeah. So then an idea came up that how about cartoons to communicate laws and rights? And yeah,
Yeah, and so many of the case laws and so many of legal rights are actually human stories and really interesting stories. When
Hmm.
there's a disconnect between human life and these concepts that are actually so closely related, we thought it's a good idea to just try and communicate these rights through storytelling. That's the idea.
Right. Right. So when we say that legal education and instrument to social change, so I the question strikes in my mind is what kind of social change we're talking about here. So what change is required, and then we can move forward to how we can bring that change through legal education.
Um, you know, even if it is any kind of change, I mean, in any of the directions, at least it's important that we are aware about having discussions that, okay, this is the kind of change that is taking place and this is the kind of change that we want.
Mhm.
Without legal education, that informed discussion is also difficult. So, yeah, I mean,
yes. I would like to add that justice is a very important value for any democracy.
Mhm.
And if we are aspiring for a change, then the change for me would be a society where justice is available to anybody who seeks
Mhm.
justice. And that is something that has to be done ideally by the government. But in a
Mm-hmm.
country as big and diverse as India, I think even the civil society has to play a much more active role,
Mm-hmm.
and especially lawyers being kind of the legal profession, and the judiciary is the
Mm-hmm.
guardian of the constitutional system. And I think the onus is on the legal profession to make sure that laws and rights is not something that they intimidate people with. In fact, they make it interesting and make it easily accessible for people.
Mm-hmm.
As lawyers, oftentimes we use them as our own assets to kind of for various purposes. But I think the on the larger um context, we have a very big duty towards the society.
Right, very true. So we are talking about awareness here, and we are talking about fair justice system. So you think that this change which we want to bring through legal education, this should start from the primary level only in schools or among teenagers, or general public as a whole also requires some sort of legal education or awareness, so that they can get they can get aware about their rights, and not only rights, the important laws by which they daily they deal with or they get affected.
Yes, I mean, whatever we learn by the age of 14 or even max 18 really stays with us, no matter what our legal experiences are. So to have a childhood where you've not really been taught your rights properly, or you're taught that you are actually an empowered person, you grow up to make your own decisions,
Hmm.
and there are ways in which society cannot harm you.
Hmm.
I think if those informations are communicated effectively at a young age, that would really change a lot of things. I think a lot of people would lack that confidence to stand up against
Hmm.
wrong. Yeah,
Yeah, Kelly, can you be a bit louder?
yeah, sure. No, basically, what I'm saying is that things that are taught to us as children,
Hmm.
by the time we reach teenage or max 18, those things really stay with us. Our school
Hmm.
memories, for instance, that they're really, really deeply imprinted in our minds. So yeah, I mean, the kind of information that gets communicated, the kind of messages that are passed on to younger
Hmm.
people, stay with them for a long time. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, great. So meanwhile, I request my audiences that they can ask any question related to if they have any doubt with Kelly and Kanan. They are here to discuss it with us. So Kelly, as you said that we should start imparting legal education or legal knowledge or awareness since the beginning, from the primary level. So what are the important laws which which a teenager should get to know, he should aware of? What are those laws, if we can just briefly mention?
Yes, I mean, trying to actually communicate actual statutes at a young age might be extremely boring and complex for children. But at
Mm-hmm.
least have, anti-discrimination,
Mm-hmm.
or freedom of speech and expression,
Mm-hmm.
equality.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Or some basic socio-economic rights such as health. So,
Mm-hmm.
important that as a human being you have these things that are so integral to your existence that the society will try and protect these for you. Those might be quite reassuring for children.
Okay.
Even, of course, sexual harassment is one thing that children must know about as well, given that
Mm-hmm.
children often fall victims to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would say that.
and also we are thinking that once this idea with children works through our
Mm-hmm.
first volume of documents, we can make series of different laws and rights in terms of in a medium of comic book. For instance, it could be children's rights or even cyber security,
Mm-hmm.
because teenagers are now using mobile phones and internet, and
Very
they
true.
don't know what things are online.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, when I was Googling for myself in terms of my own understanding, it was so text heavy, all the information, and it
Mm-hmm.
was all over the place, inconsistent on so many different websites.
Mm-hmm.
And even as a lawyer, I felt that this is not enough. I don't know whether to trust this information or not. So I think the way we communicate laws is undergoing
Mm-hmm.
massive change, and that's
Right.
why I think, yeah, legal education has to be made available to
Great.
people who get exposed to these issues
Right,
themselves.
right. Great. So we have two questions for you guys. So one is Mr. Ganesh Das. Ganesh is asking, what are your views on 365 days functioning of the court? So I don't know. The topic is not related to that, but still, you guys can take the question and can share your views on this.
Sorry, what is the question? What are your
The
views on?
question is, as you know, recently, few of our judges, retired judges, also have expressed the thought that court should be functioning 365 days in a year. So, what are your views on 365 days functioning of the court?
I have an opinion on this. I
Okay.
feel that courts should absolutely work
Mm-hmm.
365 days. It's a very welcome change. Vacations and all in the court system was during the British time, but
Mm-hmm.
considering, in fact, the UNDP has a statistics that the current backlog of cases in Indian court will take 350 years to solve if we stop taking any new cases from today. So just imagine the kind of work that our judges are supposed to be doing, and our lawyers need to help them achieve a zero backlog state. So I think it would be a positive change if the courts worked more efficiently.
Right. So, yeah, please, Kelly.
No, no, that's fine. I
Okay.
agree. All for efficiency, yes.
Okay, so I also, you guys believe that, if we, if 365 days could, function we do, that definitely some sort of social change it will bring in our, justice delivery system.
Yes, but so just increasing the number of days in itself is not sufficient. I mean, of course, of course, access to justice. Well, there's never enough of access to justice.
Mm-hmm.
So good thing, but at the same time, I hope that that kind of an idea is also backed by other checks and other mechanisms by which the courts are much more transparent, and that it's the management in general is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, it's basically well organized, and yeah, so there's not much of a confusion as to which case will turn up where. For instance, this whole black hole that exists when files that are lying with the court may not even be fed into the database properly. Now, those things,
Mm-hmm.
of course, need to supplement something like more numbers of days that the court is going to be working. Of course, I mean, all sympathies for practicing lawyers, but yes.
Right, right, very
Yeah.
true. Right. So Manushri Biswas, so Manushri is asking, I come from a non-law background family, and henceforth it will be difficult for me to get into practice. What all other options you can suggest? So again, the question is, but still you guys can, if you guys can address the question.
Shannon again has a view on that, I'm sure. She doesn't have to go out.
See, I mean, both of us don't have legal backgrounds. Um,
Okay.
and I mean, as Research Foundation for Governance in India, we've spoken up quite vocally and openly about the fact
Mm-hmm.
that having a family background in the legal profession is a big deal. And in
Mm-hmm.
fact, there are few families which thrive very successfully in the legal profession. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, there is a need for fresh thinking and younger voices, especially female
Mm-hmm.
voices, within the way we deliver justice in our society. So, if it is possible, I would say that give litigation a try. We need more
Mm-hmm.
litigating who are well educated and who have
Okay.
good intentions. At the same time, there are many options available. In fact, because
Mm-hmm.
now the era is of interdisciplinary law. So law can be
Mm-hmm.
applied in technology, law can be applied in design, law can be applied in the way we kind of design our public infrastructure, public policy. So the narrow view that a person with a law degree can either practice or go to corporate office is now fundamentally being transformed. So just keep an open mind and try to see where all is law available, and you will find it everywhere.
Yes, I mean, of course, entrepreneurial projects can also be based on legal thinking and law itself. So yes, of course, being an entrepreneur is one option, being an academic is another. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Very true.
but at the same time, of course, I don't know. I mean, I think a stronger network of people without law background in the courts, of course, I mean, I'm sure those things are happening already. So,
Mm-hmm.
when a bunch of people who are like you, then be of future practice.
Okay, great. Yeah. So, yeah, Kelly, you can complete. I am really sorry.
Oh no, no, that's fine. That's fine.
All
Basically,
right. So we have
yeah.
one more question from Mr. Vasu. He's asking, recently many incidents of sexual, violence and child abuse have been reported in the media also and in general also. So do you think that is it's more about implementation of laws rather than awareness?
That's a very good question. I think there are different perspectives to look at it. Of
Mhm.
course, in India, many people say that implementation is the big hurdle in terms of getting justice. But then you ask, okay, then how can you have better implementation? Of course, through political will, through designing our systems which are efficient. But I think having an aware citizen to enforce their rights and to speak up is also
Mhm.
something which aids better implementation.
Yeah, and also, implementation is the question of implementation comes in when something has gone wrong, and you need a system to kind of to um, to outdo or to make good for for the wrong that happened. But an awareness simply also means that people are also more respecting of other people's rights, and maybe that might reduce the number of rights violations that are happening in the first place.
That's true.
So
So we need more sensitive people
yes,
actually.
absolutely.
And I think awareness also brings about the prevention, the
Yes,
nature of
implementation
prevention,
is
that disputes don't occur.
Mhm.
yeah, created at some level.
As in,
So for instance, sexual violence. I mean, at some level, it is a question of disrespect. It's a question of having certain set of values that are that may or may not be in tune with what the legal system stands for. Now, at least having thought about those issues, having made more aware about the reasons why people have rights, that that every human being has such inherent respect, especially women and children, because they tend to be more vulnerable at times. Now, those things are if for instance that understanding is less in the beginning, then those kind of violence may or may not occur that much. So it's something like this. For instance, in medical field, it's one thing to fall sick and then get medicine. It's another to kind of to eat healthy meals and exercise with this whole preventive health dimension. Why can't we have a similar approach to understanding legal disputes?
yes, but just I want to play a little bit of a devil's advocate here, and I would
Go
just
ahead.
want to further ask. But then, don't you think that in a society which is not and which is still evolving
Yeah.
in terms of their own understanding of rights and laws,
Mm.
do you not think that the antagonistic approach work better in terms of showing them the punishment or showing them that okay, there is a danger, don't go this way?
Right. So you're saying that the only reason why something might be wrong is because there's a punishment attached to it. So
Most people respond to that more effectively.
yeah, so you're saying that there's no real difference between killing a person and eating ice cream if both of them are followed by the same amount of punishment.
Ha.
Great.
So basically,
So yeah, I guess we all three are on the same page. Right. So one more question is there from Ms. Shakuntala. She's
Yeah.
asking, my fresh law graduate, there have been recent incidents which suggest that the independence of judiciary may have been compromised. So what are your views, on this? Recently also, we can see in news a lot that independence of judiciary has really been questioned.
I
So what are
understand.
your views that, how awareness, how legal education aware or legal education can, help in awareing or, imparting knowledge in terms of that, in the judiciary, how judiciary can help in the social reform?
Um, I'll give you my own example actually.
Mhm.
When I was a practicing lawyer in the High Court, I used to
Mhm.
have all kinds of clients. Some clients would respect the due process of law, whereas
Mhm.
some clients saw the due process of law as a hindrance to achieving what they wanted to achieve.
Mhm.
Those clients, because of the delay that perhaps the system entailed, or the checks and balances, or the procedure which was too long, they kind of straight away asked even the lawyer that is there any way we can kind of get the settlement in our favor other than following the law process, following the due.
Mhm.
There is an
Mhm.
impatience. There is this sense of uh, getting away with disregarding the procedure. Um,
Mhm.
at those times, better awareness that these issues are not compromisable, that certain respect has to be, and decorum and procedure has to be followed, will go a long way um, in terms of kind of people's wrong notions about judiciary and
Mm-hmm.
trying to compromise with its ideals. As far as the perspective of judiciary is concerned, I think I'm sorry to say this, but I think a lot more introspection is required in terms of how we appoint our judges, what transparency is followed in the judicial mechanism. I mean, in America, for instance, they have televised discussions of appointments.
Mm-hmm.
A judge of Supreme Court in the US has been appointed face to face and they are interviewed. So those
Kelly, can you be a bit more louder?
Yeah.
canon. Yeah. So what
Yeah,
I'm trying
can.
to say is that, yeah. So in USA, for instance, they have televised interviews of Supreme Court judges.
Oh.
So that the entire country gets to know what the views of the judges are on a particular issue, or what has been their background, or how efficient this judge is likely to be, and how passionate he or she is.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that we have to reach that level of transparency. And in India, what is going on right now is perhaps because of lack of transparency in the judiciary as well. I think we need to
Mm-hmm.
infuse more accountability and transparency, and we need to be vocal about it as citizens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Very true,
No,
very true.
yeah, no, I mean, I
Yeah, yeah,
personally,
Kelly.
yeah. Firstly, I don't know how good or bad thing it is if we already know the views of the judges. Because if they
Mm-hmm.
have strong opinions, then it's almost like you've lost a case already if your case goes before someone who
Mm-hmm.
already has an opinion on something. So that's one thing. But at the same time, of course, there are certain set of values which we expect from judges. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that there's so much of a debate surrounding appointment, I'm just wondering if that itself reflects vested interests.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it is full of lawyers and judges who select judges, or it's the executive.
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean that the people who are appointing these people will, in any case, try to infuse their own biases and their own interests? I don't know. I think we just need better, more debates. I think about values and what is it that as a country we respect and we believe in. And I'm sure that's about to reflect in the judiciary as well. That's a very macro.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we can come to one answer on that, that what do we believe in as a country?
At least there'll be a question that are there things that we believe in, or is it okay to be
Mm-hmm.
corrupt and get away with it? Earning money is that the only value that we have?
Certain basic principles of uh,
Right.
transparency, truth.
Sure, sure, sure.
But
Or
I
at
think
least
haven't we already agreed on those things
where
in our
Mm-hmm.
constitution?
Constitution is an idealistic document. I mean, Constitution has always been an ideal that we as a society are striving to get to, but somewhere there's a disconnect. No, that's exactly why legal education and legal awareness becomes important because these values that we claim we have are not necessarily the values that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So, so what are the values that we believe in at all, if at all? So yeah.
Okay,
Okay, I'm
right.
sorry, but this can
So,
go. Let's just keep discussing this.
right. Yeah, Kelly, I guess I lost the image. The video has been stopped. If you can just check. Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
hi, can you see us?
Yeah, perfect. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
Hello?
So,
Hi.
yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Perfect. So now, as we are talking
Okay,
about
good, good.
society or independence of judiciary, and the way society should reflect, in the judicial system. So, we have abolished this jury system, a long back. So, do you think that again we can initiate it and we can again, revive the jury system, and because the jury is a part of society who represents in the judiciary process. So, do you think this is a nice idea, fair idea, which US still follows, I guess?
Um, so there are good things, bad things with the judicial jury system. I mean,
Mhm.
much of in a country like India, getting jury that kind of a database and process of administration-wise, I think it's a huge challenge.
Mhm.
At the same time, I mean, if butter can be bought and sold sometimes, just think about juries.
Mhm.
Those are vulnerable. I mean, we're in a country where even witness protection is such,
Correct,
they are
correct.
struggling.
Mhm.
And, so I mean, on the one hand, I really like the jury system. course, with
Yeah,
that, with
I
every
agree.
single one. Especially because so many of the legal decisions are questions about what the society believes in.
Yeah.
And then just having one person sitting out there and making decisions, like that just seems outright unfair.
Our laws are so outdated.
Right, especially when the judges are so disconnected from the society.
Mhm. Hello. We can take next question, Kelly.
Yeah, hi. Wow, it's
Hi.
technological. Hi. So yeah, I'm so sorry. There was a internet glitch. So yes.
It's completely fine. So you were talking about the jury system initiating and again imparting jury system in the in our judiciary system.
Yeah. Yes, the jury system. I mean, yeah. So that's the plus and the minus side of the same. Can do you have any more views on it?
No, I'm fine. I think I agree with Kelly on this that while we need the jury system, we are not sure about
Mhm.
the fact that easily people who
Mhm.
want to manipulate the jury system.
Right.
Right now we
We
have
can.
15 cases per thousand in India. There is
Okay. Right. Hello.
hello.
Yeah. Please go on.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, Kanan. Kanan. Now we can hear you. Yeah, it's better now.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that Supreme Court has said that right now we have 15 cases per thousand in India, and in the next 30 years it is going to go to 75 cases per thousand in India, which is going to be because of more awareness and more education and wealth increase in the society. Having said that, we will need better solutions, innovative solutions through which we can solve people's cases. So we need
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Hi. You're back.
Yes, we are back, but
Hello.
I think we'll have to do it through phone because. Hello?
Okay. No problem, no problem. So as soon as we can hear you properly, it's we can complete the discussion and we can address the questions
Yes,
of the
yes,
students. And
yes,
right.
yes, yes.
So now yeah, we were talking about that the this if this awareness of legal
Yes.
education can bring more cases and
Litigation.
we can become a litigant society.
Yes, yes, yes. So we need a fundamentally reformist approach towards our legal system. We need innovative solutions through which we can solve people's cases. So we no longer have to, so that we don't no longer have to depend on the mainstream legal machinery. We have to use the alternative justice,
Mhm.
alternative dispute resolution in a very big way. And as Kelly spoke about preventive justice.
Mhm. Hello, hello. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Society.
Kanan, your voice is
Yeah, so
breaking.
just because cases doesn't mean that we should
Mhm. Hello, Kanan. I guess you. Yeah, Kanan. Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfectly. Tell me. Sorry, it got disconnected
All
again.
right, all right, no problem. So I guess you were addressing the question about, but you answered it. I guess I'll just repeat it for the audience that you're saying that
Yes.
if with this fear that cases will increase or will become a litigant society, we cannot take a step back and we have to have that awareness and which in the society. Is that so?
And we need innovative legal solutions to solve our disputes.
Right, right, completely agree. So now one more question is there. Mr. Bhaskar is asking that how can practicing lawyers stay updated with changes and developments which are happening. So I'll put it in this way, that how a young lawyer can understand that which are the important, how as a lawyer he can help to create that awareness to bring that change in the society. So if you can just give a few examples.
I think as the legal profession leads in terms of its own evolution in our country.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to be so brutal about this, but I think that avenues for young lawyers to update themselves, except for seeking, information to understand why it's still happening. We need better use of technology for young lawyers to update themselves and for lawyers to know what the current legal trends
Mm-hmm.
are. In
Okay.
abroad, there are fundamentally wonderful,
Right.
yeah, platforms are created, which in India we still don't have.
Mm-hmm. Right. So can you share some few names that how, where a practicing lawyer can help the society? Let's say one in one manner on Lawyers Club India we try to do that, and we try to capture the areas of law where society can get updated. So if you can share that how an individual lawyer can help in
Yes.
creating that awareness in society.
Yes. Yes. So, for example, I know so many NGOs and so many civil society initiatives who are always looking for good lawyers, who are
Mm-hmm.
always looking for legal help. And I think lawyers should work with more NGOs, maybe women's rights NGOs, or maybe NGOs section or development. It might be setting up a law, or it could be how what are the rights of women or what are the rights of citizens. So those things lawyers have easy access to. So definitely they should work more
Mm-hmm.
actively with existing NGOs. That's just something that can happen right now.
Right, right. So let's talk about your very interesting project called Law Tools. So in this, I've understood that it's a composition of law and comics, right? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you
Yes.
share,
Yes. Exactly.
what is this idea? What this idea is all about, and how exactly you want to bring this social change with this, comic, which we call Law Tools.
So, so graphics and comics are one of the oldest ways in which humans have communicated. I mean, if you see even the draw paintings to communicate ideas. So in Law Tones, we are
Right.
using the graphic model to communicate laws. I'm going to ask Kelly to develop a little more information on this. Yeah, I mean, so one of the
Mm-hmm.
ways in which laws tend to be so complex is because of use of jargon. And it is the jargon that really scares off even grown adults or especially children when it comes to civics education or legal
Mm-hmm.
education eventually. Um, so yeah, I mean, what we're trying to do with law tools is to use more and more images to represent some of the legal concepts.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to make the stories interesting not only for younger kids but even for grown-ups. The characters are really developed, but trust us, it's going to be absolutely fascinating. Yeah, we've got designers on board from NIT and children storytellers and child psychologists to guide us to the nuances of sharing legal and graphic. So yeah.
Okay, great. So, if I talk more about this thing, this idea, do you think that because nowadays in this digital world, people will take a comic very seriously, or you have also have a challenge of credibility, that what information you are providing is also useful as well as credible, and in an in an interesting way, in an interesting manner. Because if the comic is there and if I'm getting bored after reading it, so I'll not take interest in that, right? So you have to mix the interest plus knowledge plus credibility with this. So how are you going to face this challenge, face this challenge?
Since both I and my sister Kanan, both of us are lawyers, communicating some of the basic legal ideas has been something that we've been comfortable with,
Hmm.
especially, through giving presentations in schools and colleges.
Hmm.
That's been something that we consider getting the nuances right. Making the stories to be interesting. Now that's something that we've really made a conscious effort to work on. Putting on our creative hats and trying to think of interesting characters that people can relate to, especially children can relate to. That's been a very fascinating challenge that we've taken up. So we have somebody who has worked with Tinkle for 27 years on art of storytelling for children. So I think we are in safe hands. Yeah. And the designing bit, we're very lucky to have good illustrators on board. So
Yay!
yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
That's really
Um,
exciting. I guess there are lots of lawyer jokes and lots of bad things about lawyers, but I can see two young lawyers who are trying to bring some change in the society, and I hope the topic which we have discussed on, that legal education and instrument to social change, will definitely bring
yeah.
some
Thank you so much.
change in the society and will help our country. So, any message to our members and to the audiences? Hello.
Thank you so much for joining this Google Hangout. It means so much that the lawyer community is sensitive and is willing to bring about a positive change in the society. So I think that collectively we can. I'm sure the India of future is going to be much more aware and empowered. If you have any suggestions for law toons, if you have any ideas, feel free to reach out to us page. Yeah, and yeah, right now we are
Mhm.
also
So you
seeking
can also share your email ID with them.
funding to translate the book into local languages. So we want to make it not only English urban project, but something that we can reach out to rural audiences as well. So if you have any ideas on money to translate this book into local language, feel free to it. Yes, yeah, feel free to write to us.
Perfect. I request all my audience that they can follow Kelly and Kanan on Twitter and on Facebook, and they can send their suggestions and ask more queries if they have. Thanks Ganesh, Bhaskar, Vasu, Saloni,
Yes.
Shakuntala, all of them, and thank you Kelly and Kanan. Thank you for this wonderful session. We hope that we wish all the best for your project, and hope to hear more from you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, Praveen. Thanks, Lawyers Club India. Thanks, Lawyers Club India and Vasu.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah.